Carol Gilligan theorized that women made decisions on a moral basis different than men. She said that women define themselves based upon their relationships with others and their ability to care for others. The sensitivity to the needs of others and the sense of responsibility for others' care lead women to attend to voices other than their own and include those voices in their judgment and points of view, and she stated this in her book in a different voice. Along with these statements, she used evidence to propose that women progress sequentially through 3 different levels: pre-conventional, conventional, and post-conventional. And I bring you an example today that I believe exemplifies someone's transition from pre-conventional to conventional, and it is in a clip from Grey's Anatomy, where Meredith Grey makes a very big decision to do something and bases it not on the needs of herself or the needs of her husband, but self-sacrifices her own needs to meet the needs and preserve a relationship between herself and an older mentor, the chief of surgery. In this situation, in these 2 clips, we see Derek and Meredith starting to have the conversation about Adele and starting her to discuss the possibility of her being in the trial, and as well as giving her the medication. So the situation in these clips is pretty clear that Meredith has started to advocate for Adele and really show her support and her strong belief that she should be included in the trial and that she should receive the medication. And we can see that Derek's a little bit hesitant because he doesn't want to break the rules of the FDA and he doesn't want to compromise his ethics as a professional, as a doctor.
Is that what you're doing now?
No, as morbid as it sounds, I am trying to find a replacement for Mr. Beckert.
A new patient 122?
Yeah, we'll need to have one ready.
Okay, so what about Adele Weber?
Meredith, you know I want to, but she's just not far enough along. Her disease has not progressed enough for her to be eligible for this trial. You know that.
Well, this fell off of Richard's sweater this morning.
These broken hands out.
Overall, Adele scored a 23, which is a marked decline from the last time we tested her, which was 27. So she's definitely a lot worse than we thought.
Well, the upside is she gets in the trial.
But she's declining so fast.
I know.
Why can't we just give her the medicine on the side, outside of the trial? Who would know?
No, the FDA is going to be on us harder than ever. Anything we do that taints the results could ruin the trial, and not to mention our careers along with it. I think I haven't thought about it.
Now in this clip, we see evidence of the relationship that Meredith has with the chief. And we see how he really has come to really appreciate Meredith for all that she's doing for Adele. And we see Meredith, the beginning of that kind of conflicted feeling that Meredith has about this trial and the chief's wife.
Thank you for everything you've done.
I didn't really do anything. The circumstances changed.
You did. You called it first. And the minute you did, you looked after her. You did everything you could to take care of her. I've made a lot of mistakes, and it's taken me a lot of years to finally realize that all I want to do is be with her. You've given us the best chance that we can get. You've done everything.
Now in this clip, we see Meredith making the decision that she's going to swap out the envelopes and ensure that the chief's wife does receive the treatment. So ultimately, she does end up doing everything she can, as the chief just said. So let's take a moment to talk about this clip and how it relates to Gilligan's second level of moral development, which is goodness is self-sacrifice. In this second level of development, or second realm of development, is more actually descriptive. Individuals are transitioning toward a world where they are more engaged and reliant on others. Therefore, survival becomes social acceptance. They seek balance with, seek to balance who they are with how they care for others. So much so that an individual might compromise or ignore their own values and judgment in order to keep in connection with others. Just like I believe that Meredith has done in this clip. To keep in connection with the chief and to display her ethic of care, if you will, when working with the chief's wife. I believe in this situation, Meredith experienced the conflict because she had to choose between, what she wanted, which was to find a cure for Alzheimer's, and what the chief wanted, which was to ultimately, have his wife cured of Alzheimer's. So, in this situation, one can infer that she experienced some kind of conflict, and because of that conflict, she ended up not choosing the path of going with direct right and wrong, as Derek has, with saying that the FDA has set forth rules and they're already on our backs about this. She has thrown aside that and thrown aside that relationship with Derek, which is interesting enough, to preserve the relationship with the chief and to help Adele and to care for Adele in her time of need. So ultimately, in this situation, Meredith has made the conscious decision to attend to the needs of another person, in this case Adele and the chief, while sacrificing her self-interest and to display goodness as self-sacrifice. So her self-interest being, finding a cure with Alzheimer's with Derek. And she's sacrificed that to preserve her relationship with the chief and to display care when working with Adele. For more information about Carol Gilligan, please see a student affairs practitioner near you. Thanks for listening to Theory 2 TV.